So even if you tax the rich, they still end up getting richer. But why? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. It's because they own the systems that we cannot stop using. Let me explain. So, of course, a lot of people believe that money should be taken from the wealthy and given to the poor, or that the governments should maybe, print more currency and give it to the people. And those are the two options that the governments have. So governments can, tax the rich, or they can increase the M2 money supply, therefore diluting the current supply. Of course, in reality, no one's getting wealthier because all that happens is we have more paper currencies. It's like if two people want to buy one apple and it's cost $5, and both of them have $5, the price of apple is $5. But if you give them 10 and both of them still want the apple, well, now price is $10, but the apple did not change. The apple did not get any better or juicier. It's still the same apple, but now because there's more currency units, the price went up. So I'm sure you understand this concept, why money printing does not do anything. But if we're talking about the wealthy and taxing them, so let's say the governments decide to radically increase tax on the wealthy. So what's going to happen? Well, those people will have less cash, therefore they will have less opportunities to invest in their business and to expand. But fine, let's say they are not good allocators of capital, and that does not significantly change anything. So we take money from the wealthy and we give it to absolutely everyone. Well, what's going to happen is that people are going to do what? Well, they are going to buy goods and services. But who owns the means of production? So who owns the factory? Who owns the services? Who owns all that? It's the same people who we call the wealthy. And so no matter what you do, the money will always cycle back to those who own the means of production. So that's also important to understand. Of course, I am not saying that nothing should be done, and that's not for me to judge. I'm not getting into that. I'm just explaining the concept. And in relation to what we can do to get a bigger slice as well, because okay, we have wealthy. Let's say we do like them or we don't like them, but we, as humanity, we want to have a bigger slice for us. And how do we get that? Well, there's only one way of getting it. Well, two, I suppose. One is stealing, but then the other one is by bringing value. So if you are able to have an offer, to have a product or a service or whatever it may be, a certain commodity, if you're able to do that, and you will be able to offer it for a price at which people will be able to exchange their productivity, which is the currency, for your product with enthusiasm. If you can pull that off, then you will be the rich one, because then money will have to flow to you into your pocket, because people, no matter if they get their money from productivity or if the governments print the money or if they take it from the wealthy and give it to people, the money will still flow to those who own the means of production. So if you can own the means of production, then you will be able to acquire a lot of wealth. But how do you do that? Well, the first way of doing that is by opening a business. And the best way of opening a business would be open a business around your interest. So if you are competent at something, if there's something that you love doing, if you have a hobby, it could be everything, could be coaching football academy. And from doing that, you can then grow and expand, and make money, because you will be given value to people. So really, the only secret of success is bringing value, and there you can bring value in many ways. So if you're a model, you bring value by your looks. That's actually bringing value. If you can sing, if you can paint, that's value. If you can create like a tech project or whatever, that's value. If you can educate people on something, that's value. So of course you need to have skills as well to be able to pull it off. But I'm a big believer of really going after focusing on creating a product that you're passionate about, because in the process of that you will have a lot of obstacles usually. And even though you will get those obstacles because you're so passionate about your product, you will be actually able to, do those things automatically. And one other thing that I always teach is that your thoughts are based on your self-perception. So let's say you have a fight with your significant other just before you plan to go out. Well, if you had that fight, I mean, verbal fight, of course, you don't want to go anymore, you're angry, right? But what happened? You feel differently, and because you feel differently, that affects your thoughts. So now you not no longer want to go out, and your thoughts affect your actions. You don't go out. So if you bring that back, if you want to, a lot of people have fear of missing out. They have the fear of looking like a loser, so they don't even start, because the only reason if you're not starting is because you are scared. It's the only reason. Procrastination is fear in a way. So if you can change that, and if you can make yourself feel as if you already have, let's say, if you can make yourself feel that, yes, I already opened the business, everything's go well, then your thoughts will be congruent to that, and you will be able to start acting. People call that law of attraction, people call that psychology. To me, it doesn't matter. It's just a pure fact that how you feel affects your thoughts, and your thoughts affect whether or not you're going to act. And what is the difference between a millionaire and an average person? Knowledge and action. So if you can get it's actually quite simple to get knowledge, right? You can read a book, you can do a seminar, whatever it is. Knowledge is acquirable, but the biggest thing that people do not have is action, because knowledge is everywhere in the era of social media. It's not difficult to get knowledge. What is difficult is to start, and you don't start because you're afraid. So if you can do what I've just told you to do, live as if it already happened, your life will be better, you will be more enthusiastic about everything, and you will actually start to act. And if you actually like what you're doing, you will not be able to stop then, and you will achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. So I hope I made the concept clear that the wealthy will always have money because they own the means of production. You can do that also. The best way is to focus on something that you actually like and something that you enjoy doing. And if you can focus on that and overcome the fear, you will start acting, gaining knowledge simultaneously, making mistakes, getting better, and there will be nothing stopping you from achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. And just to finish off, guys, we are living in an era of fiat currency, meaning it's not backed by anything tangible, and the governments determine how much of that currency will exist in the system. So therefore, you can work really, really hard at the time when the currency has this amount of value. Then the government decide to print extra 20%, therefore you lose 20% of your productivity. At the time, you had 100% of your productivity represented by your cash. And sometimes productivity is not represented fairly because you can work really, really hard and not get much. But let's say, even in that case, it's going to go even lower, but by 20%. Therefore, the wealthy, they only use cash as a dry powder to use in case there's chaos in the markets, everything goes down, and then they can use that cash, to buy very cheap assets. Every other time, they convert their productivity, which is the currency, which is the cash, into tangible things that cannot be printed. And when governments print or a currency devaluation happens, they don't lose anything, at least, because the value, all of their wealth is in these tangible things like real estate, like gold, silver, land, whatever it may be. Yeah, guys, I hope I was able to bring you some value. If you're interested, I have completely free how to get started blueprint. It contains a lot of very, very valuable information. I've put a lot of effort into it, so feel free to download. And if you have any questions, please comment in the comments below. I will do my very best to answer every single one of them. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon.